Good morning. So today we're going to be looking at two different types of words in the English language. The first one, synonym, the second one, antonym. So the first thing we're going to do is sort of define them to sort of see what a synonym and an antonym is. So I'm just going to pull this little tab down there. Synonym is a word that has the same or nearly the same meaning as one or more words, one or more other words. It's a very important tool, and you will increase your vocabulary and increase your knowledge of synonyms the more you read. So reading is really tied to this sort of stuff, but it also is really connected to how well you write. And synonyms allow you to use words that are creative and different than people would expect, that allow you to also give extra meaning to your writing. So let's take a look at some examples. So it says as a class, but we're not going to do this as a class. What I want you to do is I want you to pause the video and see if you can come up with as many words that mean money as you can. So pause the video and see what you can come up with. Okay, so hopefully you came up with a few. I'm just going to list a few off the top of my head, and maybe you came up with the same ones. So I'm thinking cash, dough. I don't know how to spell this. Moolah, change. The olden days, they used to call it bread. Um, I don't know. You guys probably know more than me. So you probably came up with some of these, and just gives you an idea of what you could say instead of money. Let's take another look at another one. So, as a class, brainstorm and record the words that mean the same as friend. So I want you to pause the video, see if you can think of a few words that mean the same as friend. Okay, let's see if you came up with the same ones that I did. So I would say pal would be one that I would use. Whoops. Buddy. Confidant. How spell it? Let's see. Migo, maybe. Uh, I don't know. I can't think of any others. You probably have more than me. Anyway, so those are just some words that you would use instead of using the word friend. So there are things called thesauruses. Thesauruses are books like dictionaries. You can actually get an online thesaurus, or if you're writing a document, often in the tools section of a document, it'll actually have a synonym option or a built-in thesaurus. A thesaurus is a dictionary that only gives you synonyms. So it's a great tool used to find synonyms. Use the thesaurus to find 5 words that mean the same as retrieve. Record the words on this page. So what you could do if this was a live class is I would click on that little link. I would go to a online thesaurus, which is not working. So let me try this. So I'm going to go to the thesaurus, and I want to find words that mean retrieve. And if you can see, yes, I meant to retrieve. Whoops. So here's a whole bunch of words that mean retrieve: bring back, fetch, recapture, reclaim, recover, repair, rescue, restore. A lot of RE words: salvage, save, recall, recoup, recruit, redeem, regain, repossess, win back, and reacquire. So those are just a few words that the online thesaurus came up with that mean retrieve. So now they want you to find words that mean the same as sister. Okay, so let's take a look what we can find out for sister. Sister might be a tricky one. I'm going to click on this to find sister. Oh, there's relative, twin, kin, kinsperson, relation, blood sister. I've never heard of that. So not a lot of words that mean exactly the same as sister, but you can see how they are connected. So now they're just doing a little synonym. We'll match the synonym with its definition sort of deal. And let's see, loud, burn, bored, and creative. So the first one, combust, toast, smolder, and incinerate. Well, combust, incinerate reminds me of fire, which makes me think of burn. So I'm thinking that, I'm just going to get a pen here. Do, do, do. So I'm thinking that one goes up there. Ingenious, inventive, original, and clever. Those all sound, they don't sound like any of these really, but I would say if I was going to connect them with any specific one, I would probably, so let's just burn. I would probably go with creative because they sort of sound like qualities related to creativity, certainly inventive. Blaring, booming, rowdy, roaring, and turbulent. Well, that's loud to me. And then, of course, bored, which is probably some of you might be bored these days being locked inside, and disenchanted, unconcerned, unexcited, or mellow. So those are all synonyms for bored. So this is just an example of a synonym poem. We're not going to do these just yet, even though we will get to them. Two examples of synonym poems, and what do you notice about the poem? So love, cherish, delight, enjoy, and adore. Love is so pure, right down to the core. Loud, noisy, boisterous, hullabaloo. These things can easily annoy you. So we're not going to do this in a poem right now. What we're going to do is look at antonyms. So antonym, so what is an antonym? So use a dictionary to look up the definition of recorded below. Well, an antonym is a word that means the opposite of a word. So it's a little easier maybe than synonyms in that synonyms might require you to be looking for a specific meaning, whereas antonyms are just the opposite of the word we give you. So as a class, we want to think of the opposite of comfort. So take a couple of seconds. I'm going to pause the video and see what you can come up with. So I would probably say the obvious one to me is uh, comfortable. Um, I would say uncomfortable, maybe awkward, um, maybe painful. Um, I don't know. Those are three ones that I could come up with, and maybe you can come up with better ones. And so the antonym now would be for annoy. So the opposite of annoy. So maybe help. Someone's annoying you. Maybe they are helping you to maybe please someone. If they're making you happy, then they are bringing joy. So, oops. You could say if you're annoying you, they're pleasing you. So these are all please and pleasing, sort of the same version, the word. These are just some of the ones I came up with. You maybe came up with different ones. So Thesaurus also gives you antonyms. So it wants you to find opposite of the word agree. So let's take a look at our thesaurus and see if we can find agree. And here I'm just going to click on this and go to, oh no, I'm not. Maybe it'll give me the antonyms. So agree. There's the antonyms. So contradict, deny, disagree, disapprove, dispute, dissent, oppose, refuse, reject, repudiate, that's a big word, resist, object, protest, contend, decline, or differ. So you'll also notice some prefixes here. The dis and the re often mean non or un versions of the root word. It gives you an idea. So disagree is not agree, disapprove, not approve. So that just gives you an idea of what those prefixes mean. So antonyms are the opposite of a word. And so there's another couple of examples. So let's do this one as we're dragging these definitions to the appropriate word that is the opposite of the one you want. So let's grab my pen here. So beautiful, let's see, collaborative, cooperative, non-competitive, and unambitious. Well, that sounds like competitive to me, doesn't it? Let's see, harsh, intolerant, stern, and strict. So if someone's harsh, then that's the opposite of easy, I think. Grotesque, homely, plain, repulsive, ugly, and unattractive would go up there. And in inhibited, quiet, reserved, shy, and unconfident is the opposite of assertive. So that just gives you some ideas of those two types of words, the antonyms and the synonyms. I'm going to give you just a couple of questions for homework, and that's about it. And enjoy the rest of your day.